In this video, we want to talk about MicroStrategy and Michael Saylor. Now, when it's all said and done, I think Michael Saylor will be the greatest investor this generation have seen. Why? Well, he has gone all in on Bitcoin via MicroStrategy, and their journey began in 2020 during the pandemic when they had a bunch of cash on their books, but Michael Saylor had the foresight to see that that cash was going to erode, and thus began their journey into Bitcoin. They now own more than 1% of all Bitcoin if you include the 4 to 5 million Bitcoins that have forever been lost. With that said, this is the monthly chart, and MicroStrategy recently went through a stock split, which is why the price is trading at near that $200 level. And so at the moment, this $200 level, which is a round hole psychological number, becomes the ceiling. However, going into the end of the year, $200 for MicroStrategy is going to be the floor. Because we are in the bull cycle and we do have another 12 months of upside on Bitcoin, MicroStrategy is a direct proxy for Bitcoin. And so let's get into some of the news. The stock was up roughly 30% in September. What they did last month, which wasn't surprising, they borrowed another $1 billion to buy more Bitcoin. With that purchase, they now own over 250,000 Bitcoins. Now, MicroStrategy digital currency reserve is worth roughly $15.6 billion today. That's why their market cap is pushing $40 billion. That's the largest corporate Bitcoin position in the world according to Bitcoin treasuries. It's no surprise to see this company's stock following the market trend of Bitcoin price chart. Now, one interesting note, when the ETFs came out, many on Wall Street thought that MicroStrategy was going to nosedive. However, if you want to buy Bitcoin and you don't want to own Bitcoin directly, one way to do it is through MicroStrategy because you don't have to get hit with the fees associated with the ETFs. The massive Bitcoin position includes 7,400 new coins bought with a portion of MicroStrategy's fresh debt that wasn't used to pay down an older batch of senior debt notes. Now, their debt that they're taking on their books, it's like 1%. So if Bitcoin is growing cumulatively since the inception at roughly 150%, this is a no-brainer. Investors love this upside for refinancing and the addition of more Bitcoin, judging by MicroStrategy's soaring stock. Now, MicroStrategy stock was a fairly accurate proxy for Bitcoin investments from 2020 to early 2024. The software company, yes, MicroStrategy is and first foremost a software company which is profitable, and what they do as the software business generates cash, they take that cash and they buy Bitcoin. This is something that Wall Street doesn't really talk about because it has become, quote unquote, a Bitcoin company. MicroStrategy introduced a plethora of new features to its One software suite on October 1, boosting the package's Gen AI powers and data analytics capabilities. Market makers yawned and dropped MicroStrategy's price stock by 5%. No one cares about their software business, but their software business is important as it generates cash again to buy more Bitcoin. MicroStrategy has become the number one proxy stock Bitcoin on Wall Street. So where's price heading? Well, we got to get through this $200 ceiling at the moment. Let's drill down to the weekly chart. And if we can get closing candles above that $200 level, potentially a pullback to the 175 would become an area of interest. Let's drill down to the daily. So when you drill down to the daily, I don't like this. I'm not in love with the price action. However, this was the origin of the move higher that's taken out the pivot highs to the left. Again, despite the price action not being ideal, if we can get a continued surge, then this potentially sets up for a weekly buy level. Let's take it down to the 4-hour chart. We have a rally, one basic candle rally out. Potentially this is a 4-hour buy level, but again, that remains to be seen. We need to see price action further mature before we can confirm these levels, buy levels, but nevertheless, I'm anticipating price moving higher, much higher, before this Bitcoin bull cycle is over. Thanks for watching. Subscribe. Please like the video.